Well, I guess we're gonna have problems. I guess me and some people aren't going to get along at all anymore. That's not my problem. That's actually their problem. And I'm actually going to download this because they are the fucking problem. Between them, somebody that doesn't pay rent, that should have already been paying rent. I'm fucking sick. I'm sick and tired of fucking people. I'm sick and tired of people fucking hacking my phones below me that probably, you know, unless they're eavesdropping, for which either one is divulging private information. But since people can see what I'm taping, you know, videoing, or, you know, talking on my phone, it's an illegal wiretap. So I said give the equipment back to the rightful people so they could give it back to the rightful organization, and nobody could. And since this shit happened at my last address, all the way up to this address, and, you know, certain people at my last address, no people at the police department and the NSA, the equipment belongs to one or the other. People at my last address got white envelopes with no return address. People at this address got white envelopes with no return address. I've never had a FISA court hearing. And torture is against the law in the U.S., the UN, and the Geneva Convention. Now, at this point in time, I am done. Buckle up. You know, I kind of figured somebody was coming in here one way or the other. Well, closet with a big ass hole to somebody else's apartment. That's one way. Picking my door with a damn coat hanger. That's another way. I mean, I just had to take Tylenol for the second time this morning. First time was at 6 a.m. Now I just did it again at 12. Because of remote neural monitoring. Torture. That I'm being subject to by either the occupants into the apartments below me or someone they let into the attic. Who's willing to take a polygraph test? Because I am. See, due process is where, like 2015, I falsely got in trouble. I had to go to court. That's due process. Due process isn't, let's torture the fuck out of him, give him brain trauma, psychological issues, on top of what he had. since it started at my last address to this address, that means 18 U.S. 241 has been violated. So either the FBI or the Attorney General has to investigate. And if any color of law or under the color of law has had anything to do with it, well, they violated, my rights. Now I'm tired of hearing fuck 'em and dumb shit. I'm just gonna put it out there that blowing a spray paint can up and throwing it right outside my window is technically terroristic. You know that, right? Since I was standing in the kitchen and it shook the whole kitchen. Yeah. I have had enough of the hacking of my personal shit. I have had enough of the remote neural monitoring, for which gives me a headache, for which then I have to take Tylenol. And on top of it, it's lost hours. Hours I will never get back. That's why it's called illegally torturing a person. Because ain't a fucking one of you a damn doctor, and I didn't sign no HIPAA slips. Pardon my language, Heavenly Father. And I paid way too much money at my old address not to get a finished product, so... Also paid way too much money to have people crumble my shit and throw it in the trash and my kids' shit. I done had enough. And for people to say that they ain't never hear my alarm, huh? I'm tired of being hit in the chest with frequencies to try to stop my heart. That's attempted murder. If it ever happens, I hope they give everyone a polygraph test. And the one that does it fails it. They'll get 40 years. Now I've had enough of the bullshit to last me lifetimes. Enough of my hours lost. Enough being knocked out from falling down the steps at my last place. To falling out here and just missing hours. Missing my church day. Now, I've honestly... I've honestly had enough. It was almost like I was lured here. Oh, no one to mess with you. And then, you know, neighbors or woods. You like my noise every time I wake up. Gotta love that. That's 95. Sounds like a lot of people were involved. Now I've had enough. No privacy. Apartment broken into. Shit stolen. And then tortured with remote neural monitoring. With equipment that only sounds like they're just doing U-bolts. And with equipment only that a government agency would have. I mean, or the military, but yeah, I've had enough. See, it says, if the place that you're renting is inhabitable, the landlord cannot collect rent. I paid a lot of rent at the last place, and I seem to be the only one to have paid rent at the last place. Until all defects or problems are fixed, and they never got fixed. Carpets got ruined. People could have got electrocuted by it flooding and stepping on wet rugs. From being knocked out there to being knocked out here. Yet nobody is taking a single penny or bribe or paycheck. When I already have a doctor or two telling me I have brain trauma, psychological trauma, and it's actually caused a physical trauma, the fact that, you know, I'm supposed to be taking an antibiotic that can cause permanent blindness. Because of a tick bite at the last place, one that occurred on this mat right here, and one that occurred in the field. I mean, I said I got 3 ticks. One in my last place was under my ace bandage. One was on my leg here, and one was on my other leg in the field. I'm tired of people. Gotta love it. I'm tired of dealing with NSA or military equipment being used on a civilian. I'm tired of weapons made for crowd control or torture being used on an American citizen. And American citizens using those weapons.